what it does mean, trying to turn it into a bit of a more positive note, is that going forward, because it's a big area and it's a growth area in the tech industries, there are going to be a lot of jobs needed to be filled in the cybersecurity arena. So it's estimated that we will need 3.5 million new jobs by 2021. That's not that far away. So if there's an area of tech that you want to get involved in, this is it, because it's a massive growth area from a cyber protection point of view, from an IoT point of view. There are a lot of jobs that are going to be created, that are being created, that we need people for in the industry. And because it's a new area of tech, relatively speaking, there is not a massive expertise. So we need to build experts for the future. We need to build the workforce for the future. So some of the things that we can look at doing are education. GDPR, has anybody heard of GDPR? Okay, so some of you have. I've got a slide on that, so I'll explain it. Ethical hacking. Now, I saw a guy talk an event I was at the beginning of the year who is an ethical hacker. I mean, it must be one of the most fun jobs in the world. And he came on stage, and he was only about 23, came on stage, and he was dressed like a DHL delivery guy, so he got the high-vis jacket on and he got a parcel with him. So what he does, corporations, big corporate companies, hire him to see if he can break through their security defences. So he uses a mixture of social engineering and tech to do that, because like most hackers, he knows that it's the psychology of how people work that makes the big difference. So he'll go in dressed as, you know, a security guard or a delivery guy or something like that, walk up to reception and say, oh, I've got to deliver a parcel to the accounts department, can you just let me through? And because he goes in with confidence, people think that he's for real, so they'll let him through. Have you seen Mission Impossible? So you know where he sits and he makes his ID card up? This guy, Jamie, has done that. He's made ID cards up because people don't look at them. So you can show somebody a card and they'll think it's kosher just because you've shown them a card that looks like an ID card, not because it's been read and closely scrutinised. So he will do things like that as well. And he will get in and he will find the computer room. And most computer rooms are guarded with, you know, the security code doors. Well, you can get spray apparently that shows where people have put their fingerprints on. So he'll just spray it, see where the fingerprints are, and then it's just a matter of time as to how many, you know, combinations you have to put in before you hit the right one. And then he'll plonk himself on the computer chair in front of the console for the server, take a picture and send it to the head of security or whatever to say, yeah, I've got into your computer room. But if he can do it, other people can do it. And so, you know, there's a big area for testing whether or not organisations are secure and whether or not they can be broken into it easily. Because it's not just the computer that's the problem, it's the people that use it, the people in those companies. They're part of the issue. In fact, when you look at cyber, most hacks are a result of a personal decision that's been made that wasn't the right decision. So it's people who are the weak link in all of it because of the fact that we trust, because we don't think it's going to happen to us, because we don't get the education we should do. But ethical hacking sounds like a fantastic job. There's a site called No More Ransom, which I'll tell you about in a minute. That's another thing that we can do that means that if you get a ransomware attack, you can go onto that site and you may be able to get the code that will decrypt the ransomware attack. There are cyber camps. So the government, education are running cyber camps to get people skilled up because there is such a shortage of skills in this area. And we can help build the workforce for the future because it really is an area. It's not going to go away. It's not going to shrink. It's going to be a big part of our workforce. And if you look at some of the jobs that are going to go over the next 5, 10, 15 years, tech is not. Tech is one of the biggest growth areas. And tech will change the way that some jobs are performed. And it's estimated that about 40% of current jobs could be automated quite easily by tech. So solicitors, for example, there's already a website where if you have parking fines, you can use that website and it will legally fight your case for you. And it wins most of the time. So solicitors, the legal profession, insurance, those industries where it's repetitive kind of stuff, they can be automated and they are being automated. So people won't want to necessarily go into that area of work because the jobs are not going to be there. You look at cars, you look at Tesla, who are obviously very keen to get new technology in and driverless cars in. In America, if you look at their sort of driving industry, truck drivers, there are millions of people who are employed driving trucks up and down America. You bring driverless technology in and you have those trucks automated up and down those highways, all those people are going to be out of work because there will be no need to have a manned cab on a truck. So when that happens, those people will need to reskill. Tech is the biggest growth area that there is. So if you want a future-proofed career, this is definitely one that will take you forward.